So we've hit a little bit of a snag. December was an incredible month for the Montreal Canadiens. It looked like things were going up so high that we couldn't possibly come down. But with January behind us, February starting, and a 4-game skid out of the way, there are a lot of disillusioned and a lot of pessimistic Habs fans out there losing grip of hope on the 2024-2025 season. Well, if you're looking to squash those harsh critiques of the Montreal Canadiens, you've come to the right place. Always a bastion of hope, I endeavor to change your minds about the future of the Montreal Canadiens. Here's 5 reasons why you should still be excited about the Montreal Canadiens. Let's talk about it. So I thought this was a pretty good idea, right? Make a video about one of probably your biggest interests and why you should be excited about them. In a time, you're probably looking for that. I mean, there's not a whole heck of a lot of good news out there to find right now. Maybe you're craving something like this. Just do me a favor. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as part of the community. So I guess we get this started, and we're going to start in reason number 5 why you should still be excited for the Canadiens. And more so, why you should be excited for the Canadiens this season. So in December, they won 9 of their 14 games that they played. That's a pretty good record, especially for a team that's rebuilding in their 3rd year. Not only did they win a better than 500 average, they beat top teams, and they did it with authority. In January, it wasn't so hot. It started all right, but you started to see the machine break down a little bit, and they ended 7 games that they won out of the possible 14 games that they played. Is that so bad, or does it look worse because they lost the last 4 games? There were certainly games in those last 4 that they should have won, and the 3 games prior to those 4 games, they did not look that great, but they won 2 out of 3 of them. They lost heavily to Toronto. That being said, it's a new month. February is a new month, and it's going to start strong. I'm knocking on wood here because the 2 next games are slated against the Anaheim Ducks and the San Jose Sharks. If you're keeping track, San Jose is the worst team in the league. The Ducks are the 5th worst team in the league. They're then on to 5 tough games after that, where I could see them squeaking out maybe 2 or 3 wins. But after that, and after the break for the 4 nations face-off, the Habs will face off against the Carolina Hurricane, the Sharks again, and then Buffalo twice. Buffalo is the 4th worst team in the league. I like our chances with Buffalo. And excuse me, those Buffalo games spill over into March, but February is kind of a short month. I like that time to rest for the Montreal Canadiens for the 4 nations face-off, except for Armia, Laine, and Montembeault, of course. I sense that Heineman will be back before that break, but we'll have to wait and see. Which brings me to my next point, and number 4 on the list, Emil Heineman. Emil Heineman was on a little bit of a heater there. Even with his injury and the time that he's spending off right now, he's still ranked 5th among rookies for goals, playing on the 4th line with minimal minutes. I shouldn't say minimal though, because Zeta has been taking over a lot for Heineman and putting in about 3 or 4 minutes a game. That's not even really patching that hole. Inject Emil Heineman back into the lineup, it takes pressure off the entire team. And I think it's understated how much of an impact that is having on the team currently. At number 3, this segues, well, again, how am I doing this? I didn't even make a script. This team is playing beat up. It's obvious. You're seeing a lot of therapy days for practice. You're seeing a lot of last minute game time decisions. In a way, I think it was inevitable to see Gouli go out the way he did because I think it was obvious. He was playing with some nagging injuries. I don't want to see that happen to anyone, but what's great about the schedule, going back to the first point, is that during that 4 nations face-off, the guys will have time to relax, play the new season of Fortnite, get some deep tissue massages, perform any last-minute dentistry that they need to have. And it's not to say other teams aren't experiencing this as well. I just think that January and December really beat up the Habs a lot. And speaking of dentistry, at number 2, I'm just joking. I don't have a segue to deal with dentistry. But I wanted to talk about our young prospects. We're seeing a lot of great things from Lane Hudson, obviously, a lot of great things from Emil Heineman. But I think we forget that there are a lot of young prospects in Laval that we're waiting for, and an individual who might make an appearance sooner than later. That's right, David Reinbacher. Now, the chances of him being implemented into the Montreal Canadiens lineup, not so hot. Depending on his recovery status, we might see a couple games near the end of the season, but that's if we're not really in playoff contention. I gotta say, though, Logan Mailloux, I really think he's ready. I think there will definitely be some development time. And if we continue to give him little chances here and there, and he has a great camp during the summer, I think we will see him in the lineup next season. But it depends on what happens with Savard and Matheson. And finally, last but certainly not least, Vanya, Ivan Demidov. I know that we talked about this season, right? Stuff that's going to be exciting this season. Well, it's in the purview, right? Like, we know that he's going to be on the team. If he was in North America now, he would already be on the team. But further to that, I don't know about you, but I've been watching his highlights and I've been watching his stats. He just tied Kirill Kaprizov for most points as an under 20 rookie in the KHL. He did it around the same pace as Kaprizov. The thing that's different with Demidov was, of course, at the start of the season, Rottenberg, his coach, was not giving him minutes. So I don't know. I don't think I've even said this on this channel before, but I am most excited for Demidov to join the team. This is what I've been looking forward to. Expect a lot of content about Demidov when he joins the NHL, and probably a lot of stuff over the summer as well. I'm also going to give you a bonus thing to be excited about. I think a lot of you have mentioned this in the comments, and you've clocked this yourselves. Seeing a lot of great comments, by the way, recently. A lot of really smart takes that I've been stealing. Hughes and Gordon might not be done with shifting players around before the end of the season. I think Carrier was a masterclass. Justin Barron is getting time in Nashville, but it's not looking that great. He's having problems defensively. But what a lot of you are saying, and I really agree with this, is that while Montreal has a very healthy prospect pool, a lot of names out there and a lot of individuals that are doing really well in the AHL, a lot of those prospects do a lot of the same things as individuals we already have in the system. It pains me to say it, but there might be chances to move some of our younger guys to teams that are building and want that young blood. And a lot of them are battle tested and have demonstrated that they're ready for the NHL level. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. It's been rough lately producing videos of these losses. I'm sure you felt it too, but the support that you've given me by watching the videos, even though it might be painful watches, you know, you don't want to rewatch losses. I truly appreciate it. It gives me the drive to continue making content for you guys and putting stuff out at, I think, a pretty good pace, right? Also been putting out membership stuff. So if you're interested in joining the members for additional content, check out the membership. I think you could, I don't know where you can do it. I think you can do it right on the video. It says join, hit the join button, gives you details about what kind of perks you get. But again, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video, it helps me out with search results or something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Why are you waiting? You're right at the end of the video. You obviously like this stuff. And as always, I'll see you down below in the comments.